Hello. Anyone out there? Waiting to kick off the soapbox. Testing one, two. In the soapbox. Anybody out here? Testing one, two. Well, I guess this ramp is to no one. Testing one, two. Hello, Deborah. Looks like we are off to a slow start in today's soapbox. We'll give it another couple of minutes. By the way, I'm actually sitting in a park in New York City. And what better place to complain from than New York City? Deborah, I feel kind of bad because you're here and I don't want to not do a show. You keep showing up, but it's also kind of odd to do a show for one person. Unfortunately, the soapbox isn't taking off the way we had hoped. So I think it may be coming to an end soon. Um, I appreciate you being here. I had my little rant already about New York and how everything's more difficult to do. Went to an Apple store in New York and just to buy a charger because even though I travel every week, I still sometimes forget my charger. And it was just unbelievable how much of a chore. I forgot how hard everything is to do in New York. So behind the counter, you got to get a guy and talk to the guy. Then he tells me he doesn't have the 3 foot cord. You got to buy a 6 foot cord, which I don't need. He's like, well, then you can go to another store or you can buy the cord and then return the cord. And I got to go back to another Apple store, blah, blah. And it's just, hey, another day in the big city. In the grand scheme of things, not too bad, but just funny to me, having grown up in New York. And I always remember whenever you come to New York, things are just going to be a little more difficult to do than they are anywhere else. So, also, it's not like walking into an Apple store and getting looked at like you're a suspect. I mean, it's an Apple store, for God's sake. People just hang out there for no reason all the time. Welcome, Anthony. You came in the middle of my New York Apple Store rant. So just glad to have you here. Deborah's been listening to me all by herself, feeling awkward. So now you've joined her. So now we have two people. I guess that qualifies. I guess that qualifies as an audience. I'm in a park in New York and surrounded by pigeons. So it's a very New York moment. I'm actually kind of enjoying that. And while I have you guys here as audience, I will tell you that I am part of the new documentary on A&E called The Right to Offend about the history of black comedy. That's why I'm here. We're promoting that show. And it came out really good. It's an amazing documentary produced by Kevin Hart. Everybody's in it. Kamal Bell, Tiffany Haddish, Chris Rock. Um, the list goes on and on of the comics who participated in the history that we talk about, going all the way back to a guy named Charlie Case and vaudeville, to the Dick Gregory era. Um, yeah, Pryor, of course, right up to today with Chris and Dave Chappelle. So that's a good thing. Remember, we can compliment things here too. It ain't all complaints. Happy to be a part of that. That's coming out at the end of the month. You can check it out on A&E. So I got that happening. My Wait comedy tour is starting next week. We're going to Salt Lake City and Denver. So those are some good things. Yeah, we're changing it up. It's spring. We're going to hit you with some good things. Um, Here's another thing getting on my nerves. These January 6th hearings, right? They're already saying that there's nothing they can do. I just read an article about how Merrick Garland can't indict Trump and how they probably won't indict anyone because the elections are coming up. So this is all an exercise in fear. It's all just talk. And I don't know about you, there's absolutely nothing new that I've learned in watching these hearings. That Boebert was tweeting where they were, yet she's not charged with treason. That Trump raised hundreds of millions of dollars to, quote, fight the election fraud or the election theft or whatever the big lie is. And is pocketing all of that money. And these people are dumb enough to keep giving money. I thought they learned when they tried to buy a wall, and Steve Bannon used that money to buy a boat. No, they didn't. So now they gave all this money to Trump. And now they're saying, even though it's fraud, and they know it's fraud, he can't be prosecuted, he can't even be charged. So, I said, I don't want to watch these things. I want to watch some perp walks. I don't know about you. I want to watch some people just, in handcuffs trying to hide their face, to arrest some of these people for what they did, but they're not doing it, which makes this whole thing just a show about nothing. And that's just, I'm not even angry about it because it's what I expected, but it's certainly annoying. Certainly wish they had done better on this, but it is what it is. How about you guys? Anything going on out there? I see you laughing. I appreciate that. I always appreciate a good laugh. I think it's our only restoration to sanity is to laugh at this stuff. Boy, if we ever start taking it seriously, we'll all lose our minds. Let's just go out and buy some gas because we got money. I don't know if you heard about this. This is crazy. Uh, Georgia's election law does not allow you to give water to people waiting in line to vote. However, there's a political action committee that's supporting Herschel Walker, for God's sake, that is giving people $25 gas vouchers. Now, granted, water is cheaper than gas, but shouldn't we be able to give them something to drink and give them gas? It's, again, crazy. We just had a drive-by. We just had a drive-by audience. Popped in and popped out in seconds before I could even say hello. I don't know if you can see behind me, but I'm about to be attacked by a large flock of pigeons. Okay, listen, you guys, thank you for dropping in. I have to talk to the producers and see what we're going to do. Unfortunately, this show doesn't seem to be working out. We're just not drawing audience like we did in the beginning. I don't know if it's promotion or content, but as much as I appreciate having you here, I don't want to waste your time. So, Alonzo Bowden signing off.